My child, I have watched you, not just I. The moments where your faith was loud, but in the moments when it whisper, I have walked beside you. Through the silence you never knew how to explain. Through the waiting that felt endless, through the days that blurred together in questions and prayers. Perfectly, but fully. You stayed when it would have been easier to run. You continued to believe when nothing. You changed. And now I say to you with finality and with fire, the wait ends. After this moment, this is not a metaphor. This is a divine announcement. You are standing at the very threshold of what I have prepared. And nothing, fear, no delay, no lie from can hold back what I have spoken over your life any longer. You thought I was silent, but working. You thought I was delaying, but I was protecting. You assumed I had paused, but I was preparing you. There is not a single moment of your journey that I have not used. I know the weight you've carried in private. I know how you smile, carrying disappointment. I know the times poured into others while secretly asking if I still remembered you. I saw the battles you faced, the tears that no one else saw, the inner war between hope, heartbreak, and I need you to hear me. Oh, none of it was in vain. Every season of waiting was a season of building. Every delay carried a design. Every unanswered folded into a greater promise. You didn't just wait, you endured. You didn't just sit. You stood, and while you waited, I wasn't distant. I was shaping something in you that only time could reveal. You've grown in ways you haven't fully realized yet. Your trust has deepened. Your discernment has sharpened. Your roots have gone. This was never about punishment. It was about preparation. And now, because you did not give up, because you let me have your heart, Eve, when you didn't understand, kept the altar of your life open before me, I'm shifting everything. The long delay, the slow breakthrough. Progress, it ends here. Not because the process was wasted, but because it is complete. I honor your journey. I know the cost of your obedience. I know the prayers you didn't tell anyone about. I know the wrestle behind, and how I am answering not with of comfort. Action. You'll begin to see visible movement. What you've carried internally will begin to manifest externally. What was only spiritual is becoming tangible. The answers are no longer just in process. They are being delivered. The wait ends not simply because time has passed, but because heaven has shifted. This moment was appointed. It was written. It was marked for you before you even knew what you would. And I have arrived not late, right on time. Don't second guess it. Don't talk yourself out of it. You're out imagining this shift. You're not hoping in vain. You're not being by emotion. This is me. The change you felt in your spirit. The urgency, the sensitivity, the stirring. That is the Holy Spirit confirmed. I've been doing in the unseen. And now, I'm bringing it into the scene. You will begin to recognize patterns breaking, cycles ending, fear lifting, peace replacing the pressure, and favor moving. In places where there once was resistance, I am clearing paths. I am parting waters. I am opening doors. The wait ends because the way is now made clear. Understand. I have been with you through it all, through the confusion, the exhaustion, through the prayers that ended in tears. I never turned my away from you. I never tuned out your voice. I never left your. You may have felt forgotten, formed, were being strengthened. And now I will show you why it had to be. You will see the beauty on the other side of what felt like a barren process. You will hold the promise and understand the timing. You will walk in fulfillment and see the wisdom in every delay. I am not asking you to this moment. I'm asking you to receive, to walk forward with open hands and expectant heart. I will lead you step by step. I will confirm direction. I will send peace ahead of every decision. I will surround you with signs and favor. This is not the end of your process, but it is the end of the silence. It is the end of the invisible battle. It is the end of wondering if I still have more for you. You are stepping out of waiting and into becoming. And everything be. Oh, my beloved, declared the end of your waiting. I want you to understand not only doing, but why I have chosen to do it. Through you, you have walked a path that many would not understand if they only looked from the outside. But I have never judged your journey by appearances. I have never measured your value by how productive you look, vocal your faith was, or how consistent others thought you should. I have seen the depth. I have seen the fun. I have seen the sincerity. And I want to say clearly and without hesitation, I am pleased with you. You are not a disappointment. You are not behind. You are not too much. And you're too late. You're exactly where I knew you would be at this. And I have not regretted one part of your story. I know that in your moments, you've wondered what I think of you. I know you've asked, am I still usable? Am I still seen? Am I still worthy of the things I once dreamed? And I tell you now, yes. Yes, you're usable. Yes, you are seen. Yes, you are worthy, not because you are mine. Because I made you with intention. Because I planted eternity in your heart and called you by aim. I have never once looked frustration. I've never once too broken. Even on your weakest, I've looked at you with patience and holy expectation. I've never given up, and I never will. I know how long you tried to hold it together. I know how many times you poured out for others, even when you felt. I know the weight of leadership, the cost of obedience, the pain of invisible battles you've been carrying. You've been contending. You stayed close. You may not have felt close to me every turned away. You may have felt like giving up, but you came back to me over and over. That is the kind of heart I can trust. That is the kind of heart I can bless. That is the kind of heart I'm about to pour myself into more deeply than ever before. Let me remind you of what I've always known. You were created for intimacy with me. You weren't made just to serve me. You were made to walk with me. Before I called you to others, before I gave you influence, I gave you access. That access has never been revoked. It's never been dependent. Your consistency, it's always been available through. And now I am calling you back. Not because you've strayed far, but because I'm inviting you into more clarity, more peace, more sensitivity. Trust, this next season will your nearness to me. Not because I will make it hard, but because I will make it holy. Come back to the place, just you and me. I'm not asking you for performance. I'm asking you for presence. I'm not requiring perfect prayers. I'm asking for your come and talk to me about the thing you've hidden, the fears you've tried ignore, embarrassed to name. I already know it all, and I am not overwhelmed by your process. I'm not disappointed in your doubt. I'm here for it. I can handle the weight of your question. I can hold the pieces you don't know how to name yet. I am the safest place you'll ever bring your heart, and I want all of it. Not just the strong, not just the spiritual parts, all of it. Let me show you what I see when I look at you. Not failure, not missed opportunities. Almost. I see fire, I see endurance. See purity, I see hunger for me. I see someone who is when the weight hurt. I see someone I can trust with the next wave of my movement. I see a forerunner, a worshiper, a warrior. Not one who fights for attention, who carries my presence. And I will use you not because you're loud, but because you're yielded. I will move through you. Or because you're qualified in eyes, but because you said yes when it would have been easier. I know you and I have prepared. So come. Let go of the pressure to be impressive. Let go of the lie that you must be strong. Let go of the comparison that tells you someone else is doing it better. Let go of the fear overlooked you. You're not invisible. You're not forgotten. You're mine. And I want your heart again, deeper, more fully than ever before. I want the version you that isn't afraid to need. I want the version of you that everything, not just the polished part. I want the tears, half-finished sentences. I want the worship that flows even when you feel raw. That's the kind of communion I'm after. That's the kind of walk I'm building with you. This is the moment that changes everything. Not because you forced it, but because you opened to it. And from this moment on, everything that felt stuck will begin to move. Not because the weight didn't matter, but the weight has fulfilled its purpose. And now you are ready, my child. Now that you have returned to my presence with a heart open and bare, part of you that still quietly asks, why did it hurt so much? Why did it take so long? Why did I feel so alone? I do not despise those questions. I do not dismiss your tears. I do not look away from the pain carried for so long. I have always been the God who walks closely with the wounded, the one who dwells depths of your, not above it, or distant from it, but inside of it. You have tried to make sense of your journey, tried to explain the disappointments, the delays, and silent seasons. But much of what happened cannot be fully understood by your mind. That's why I want to your spirit. Because while the pain came uninvited, it unredeemed. The pain you walked through was not punishment. It was not abandonment. It was not a sign that I had left you. The pain was pressure, allowed not to break you deeper into truth, into clarity, into healing. It was a fire, but not to burn you, to refine you, because I was never interested in that. Simply looked strong. I was forming a person who would be truly free, free from false identities, free from people pleasing, free from fear, dressed up as wisdom, from expectations I never placed on you. I used the wilderness not as a prison, but as a classroom. And though the lessons were holy because the end of yourself and the beginning of something real, I know what you've lost. I know what you had to release. Walking, I know the betrayal deeper than words could describe. I know the silence you felt once promised to stand with you. And yes, I know the moments where you for me and could not feel a thing. You wondered, did I do something wrong? But I tell you again, no. Your pain was not a punishment for failure. It was part of the purpose. I allowed space so that you would grow in ways you didn't know you needed. I let you wrestle with silence so you would learn to hear me with the was. I allowed what seemed like delay so you could develop roots deep enough to carry what's next without collapsing. Many times you break through, but I gave you depth. You asked me to remove the storm, strengthened your ability to stand. You cried out for comfort, but I led you into transformation. Because comfort without transformation only delays the pain. It does not heal it. And I love you too much to leave you in cycles. That's why I let the surface things fall. That's why I didn't answer every prayer the way you expected, because I was after more your relief. I was after your release. I saw how hard it was for you trusting me. I know you wanted to. I know you thought about, but even in those moments, your spirit still whispered my name. That whisper was worship to me. That whisper held power than the loudest shout because it was real and I can work with you. Ever had to be. I never needed you to perform. I only ever needed you. Yes, and you gave it even you more than anyone knew. You gave me your trust, your time, and how I will return it not just answers but with wholeness, not just with blessings, authority, because what you suffered secret, I will now use as testimony. The open, let me show you how I saw you during the waiting, not as someone falling apart, but as someone rising. Strength, you didn't even realize it. But every morning you chose. Again, you were building spiritual muscle. Every time you chose to worship instead of complain, you were aligning with heaven. Every time you spoke life others while you were planting seeds that I am now preparing to harvest. The pain didn't destroy you, it deepened you. And the depth is what will carry you now, because you are not who you used to be. You've been through the fire, come out smelling like smoke. You came out with a mantle, with a message, with a maturity that can't be fake. This is why I let, not because I didn't love you. I love you too much. I love you too much to bless. You're ready. I love you enough to sit with you in silence, even when it hurt. Just so you'd learn to hear my voice, yourself. And now that voice is, that trust is stronger, that faith is real, not the kind that crumbles. Trial, but the kind that endures. I'll birth vision, fresh oil, direction. Because I'm not just bringing you out of pain. I'm bringing you into promise. The wait is ending not because time has passed, but because purpose has been fulfilled. My child, now that the pain has been aimed and the process has been, I want you to see what is coming into view, because I am not only restoring what was lost, I am releasing what had been prepared. There are promises that have been sealed with your name for the moment when your heart, your mind, and your spirit would align. My timing, that moment is now. I want you to hear me clearly. I am moving In theory, not in the distant, but now heaven has shifted on your behalf, and the things that once resisted are beginning to respond to my voice. The spiritual delay has lifted. The cloud is moving. The atmosphere you is being stirred because promises I made are awakening into reality. You have wondered if you have questioned whether too much time has passed. But I tell you, my promises are not fragile. They are not threatened by delay or detour. I have held them securely until the fullness of time will begin to see signs, not random, not subtle, but divinely orchestrated confirmations that I am fulfilling what I've spoken. Conversation, prayers you've long forgotten. People will say things they don't even realize are echoing my voice. Scripture will come alive in a new way. Dreams will return with clarity and weight. This is not coincidence. This is me. I am revealing myself in patterns and pieces, in whispers and wonders. Attention. What once felt dry is beginning to stir. The ground that looked barren is breaking open. The very place you felt stuck will become a place of your sending. And I will not only restore what you thought was gone, I will multiply it. This is not a reader to what was. This is a step into what ever was but should have been. The delay has qualified you. Your endurance has expanded your capacity. What I am giving you now, you have become, not who you used to be. That's why it took time. That's why I held the promise until you hold the weight of it. And now I am releasing it. Not in drops, but waves. You'll begin to notice acceleration. Where there was resistance, there will now be grace. What once felt hard will begin. This doesn't mean you won't opposition. It means opposition will no longer define my favor will. Doors that were shut without explanation. Ease. Resources will come unexpectedly. The ideas you thought were dormant will return with clarity and urgency. Dreams again. And this time you will not hold back in fear. You will walk forward with peace because you will know this is God. This is harvest. I am also restoring your desire. You will no longer question whether something is from me. I am sharpening your ability to sense what aligns with my spirit. Where you once wavered, you will feel anchored. I will show you which relationships carry my favor and ones were attached to an old. I will reveal what to keep, what to release, and I will guide you. Aught with confusion, but with confidence. My voice will not be it will be unmistakable. You will not need to strive for clarity. It will find you. The secret place. You've also asked me about confirmation. I say to you now, I will confirm what I am doing, and I will do it quickly. You will see patterns. You will notice repetition in the spirit. Pay attention to names, phrases, places. I'm speaking through alignment. I will highlight things, not to overwhelm you, but to assure you. You are not making this up. You are not being emotional. You are sensing a real movement. It is spiritual. It is prophetic, and it is personal. I am confirming through my word, through others, and way. The confirmation comes. Don't second guess. This is it. Receive it with joy. Celebrate it with. Respond to it with faith. I'm also reminding promises you've forgotten. Things I whispered years ago. Visions you shelved. because they felt too risky to believe. I never retracted. I simply waited for the time when your heart was ready to hold them again, and now I am breathing with fresh wind. Don't dismiss what returns to your spirit in this season. If it rises from a place of peace, if it is consistent with my word, if it awakens your hunger for me, it is from me. Let me bring those dreams. Let me partner with you to build what was always in my heart. This is the beginning of the fog is lifting, the tension is easing, timing is aligning, and the signs are appearing. Do not fear what you sense. Do not silence what I am showing you. Lean in, ask me to highlight what matters. Ask me to confirm what is true. I am not trying to confuse you. I am training you. I am equipping you for a life of clarity, movement, and you will not miss it. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. You're positioned. This is the season of visible signs, tangible grace, and it begins not next month, not next year, but now, my child, now that you're seeing the signs and recognizing the shift. I want to teach you how to walk it out. This is a season to wait and watch. This is a time to move with intention. I'm not simply calling you to believe. I'm calling you to a faith is not a passive state of, it is an active, living response. It shows itself in your words, your habits, and your posture. If you want to walk fully what I'm releasing, you must create space for it. Not just spiritually, but practically. Let your life reflect reality that you believe me. Start by honoring your time. This new season, intimacy is not optional, it's essential. I want to speak to you every day, not only moments of need of your walk. Set a space aside, not of pressure, but out of desire. Let me be your first voice out the morning. Don't start your day under the weight of the world's demands. Begin it in my presence. Bring me your thoughts, your concerns, your plans. Invite me to lead. When you open your Bible, don't rush through the pages. Ask me to speak. Let the words shape your perspective, fill your spirit, and direct your day. I am not hidden. I am always ready. You in that place. Next, be watchful over your word. What you speak in this season will either strengthen or sabotage what I'm doing. Stop agreeing with fear. Stop rehearsing old disappointments. Speak in agreement with what I've said. Your declarations carry weight in the Spirit. Begin to say what I'm saying. Call yourself who. Speak blessing over what I've. Let your home be filled with faith-filled language. When doubt creeps in, don't give it room. Answer it with promises. When others can't see what you're believing for, don't shrink. Stand. You're not being you're being obedient. Faith speaks what it hears from me, not what it sees in the moment. Evaluate your look at how you spend your time. I'm not asking you to do more. I'm asking you to be intentional. This is a time for focus, obedience, not distracted motion. If I tell you to pause something, do it. If I highlight something to begin, trust me. I will show you how to shift, where to invest, and what to release. This won't be guesswork. My spirit will guide you. But I need your heart to be willing. Adjust. Old rhythms won't. Glory The space I'm filling needs to made room for. Simplify. Simplifying. Prioritize my presence. Build your day around me, not just fit me into it. The more space you create, the more I will fill. Guard your atmosphere, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with, conversations you entertain, they all matter now more than ever. You're sensitive to my, and that sensitivity is a, don't dull it by entertaining what we can. Not everything is evil, but not everything is. Ask me for discernment. I'll show you what brings peace and what brings distraction. Surround yourself with your faith. You don't need a crowd. You at alignment, and I will send the right people at the right time. Just be willing to let go of what the new season. Give me your plans. As opportunities arise, as doors begin open, don't rush through them without not every open, but I will give you peace as confirmation. If I breathe on it, you'll know if I'm not it. Don't force it. Trust that I lead by confusion. Ask me and I will guide you. I don't want you to strive. I want you to flow, and flow only comes from trust. Walk in step with me. You won't miss the moment when your heart stays near to mine. Keep a journal. Begin to record what I'm saying, what you're sensing, what you're seeing. You are not just living a breakthrough. You are building a history with me. These words, these revelations, they are not for this only. They are seeds, reminders for your valleys, for the people I'll send to you. What you're walking through now will become the wisdom you carry. Don't take it lightly. Record it, revisit it. Let it anchor you. And through it all, stay humble. The moment you think you can manage this in your strength, you will begin to drift. I'm releasing you to become of me. I'm bringing you into it. Reliance. This next season will require my presence in ways you, but it will also reveal my nearness like ever before. I will not lead you into a promise and leave you to figure it out. I will walk with you. I will counsel you with my eye upon you, and you will see what faith looks like when it's your default, not your last resort. This is how you live, not in reactio to fear, but in response to me. And as you do, the promise will not distant, will feel natural because your life will be in rhythm with heaven. And where there is alignment, there is acceleration. You're not striving anymore. You're walking in step. And step by step, you're stepping into everything I've promised you, my child. Now that you've begun to walk in alignment with what I've spoken and created space for what I'm about to release, I want to return to something even more important. Who you are, not what you do, not what you've achieved, but what you've are at your core. Your identity, as I see it, as I formed it before the foundations of the world, because every promise I give you is rooted in who made you to be. And if you don't know who you are, you will always feel like you're unworthy of what So, I'm going to speak to the layers you've hidden, the false identities you picked up along the way, and the broke narratives that still echo. Get quiet. You have carried labels that I never placed on you. Words spoken pain, names spoken in frustration, titles born from you began to believe them because they came early, or they came loud, or they came from voices you trusted, but I was never in those. I never called you I never called you inadequate. I never said you were too late, too sensitive, too unstable, too broken. I never tied your value to your success or your ability to stay strong. Those voices were loud and breaking. I'm not asking you to perform your way out of them. I'm speaking truth that will dissolve them at the root. You're not defined by your failure. You've lost. You're not the version of yourself that lived. You are the one who always has to be strong, always has to be quiet, always has to figure it out alone. I never asked you to live like that. That was a coping mechanism, and now I'm lifting it. You are safe to be known. You are free to be whole. You don't have to prove your worth anymore. Not to people, not to yourself, and certainly, or to me. I established your worth before you ever did a single thing. I loved you in your beginning. I love you. Becoming. Let me remind you who you are. You are mine. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are not a mistake. Not I. Your makeup, not in your wiring, not I. Your personality. I crafted every detail with purpose. Your sensitivity was my design. It allows you to discern deeply. Your intensity is not a flaw. It fuels your ability to lead, fire, and focus. Your tendency to flee is not a liability. It's a gift I placed inside you for connection and compassion. Stop trying to tone yourself down to fit in. You to stay in. I didn't call you shrink. I called you to shine. You are an image bearer, a carrier of my spirit. You are not who they said you were. You are who I say you are. And I call you beloved. I call you anointed. You have fought through storms that would have broken others, and yet you stand. Not bitter but believe. Not hard but humble. Not angry but that is not weakness. That is courage. That is power, and that is why I trust you with the promises I'm now releasing. Because I can trust you to steward them with surrender, not with striving. So take the mask off. You don't need it here. You don't have to be okay for me to I didn't choose the polished version of you. I chose the real you. The one who worships while weeping. The one who stays away. It's hard. The one who says yes through tears and still gets back up. That's the you I see. That's the you I celebrate. And that's the you I'm restoring. Not just in spirit, but in soul. You're not just getting back what you lost. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. I'm reintroducing you to you. The healed you, the whole you. Joyful you, the bold you. Doesn't fear man's opinion. The you that doesn't filter your voice. The peace. The you that leads apology. The you that walks in rooms and shifts the atmosphere. Not by trying, but by simply being present in me. This is not a reinvention. It's a revelation of identity, of design. Walk like you're free because you are. Speak like you know who you are because do. Love like you're secure because you're rooted in me. And when the old voices try to return, remind them I know who I am now. Whisper again, answer it with my Father calls me chosen. And when doubt rises in familiar places, stand firm. Say, I am not who I was. I am who He says I am, and that identity is untouchable. This is where your restoration becomes not just what happens around you, but in how you carry yourself. You will move different. You will respond different because you believe me, not just about what I can do, but about who you are to me. And that, beloved, changes everything. Now that your identity been restored and the weight of false labels has been lifted, I want to give you the tools to sustain what I've begun. In what I do for you, I'm deeply invested in what I do, you, and what I build in you, to maintain. This is where many stop short. They receive the breakthrough but forget how to carry the blessing. They experience the shift but don't build the structure to sustain it. But I am not just releasing a moment. I am establishing a movement within life, and it begins by reordering your rhythm around me. Because what I'm giving you requires daily communion, occasional contact. Start with the secret place. This must become your sanctuary. Not because you're trying to earn my favor. You already have it. But because your spirit needs daily nourishment. Just as your body cannot food, your soul cannot. Yesterday's rev. I want you to seek me not obligation, but as your primary source. Come to me early. Find me in the quiet before the demands of the day begin. And when you do, don't bring performance. Bring presence. I don't need eloquence. I don't need structure. I need you. Sit, wait, listen, speak. Let the awkwardness pass. Let the silence stretch. I am there even, and the more consistent you become, more clearly you'll begin to recognize my voice in every other part of your life. Open my word, not as information, but as impartation. I am in those pages. Every verse is a door into my heart. Don't rush. Let the words sink. Ask me what I'm saying. Ask me how it applies, what you're walking through. I will show you things in Scripture that speak directly to your season. I will highlight verses that feel like they were written just for you because they are. My word is alive. It is your sword, your compass, your covering. Read it when you make it your foundation again. When the world is loud, let my truth be. Develop a rhythm of prayer that flows with your life. Don't limit our connection to one quiet time. Talk to me throughout the day. Whisper my name. Moments of strength. Thank me in small victories. Ask me for wisdom. Spontaneous decisions. Invite me into your meetings, your meals, your rest. I don't want to be a part of your day. I want to be the center of it. Prayer is meant to be a duty. It's meant to be your breath. The more you speak, more natural it will. The more you listen, the more my whispers will guide you in time and worship. Don't wait for Sundays. Make your life. Turn on music that lifts your spirit and invite my presence into your space. Worship when it's easy and especially when it's not. Worship breaks through heaviness. It confuses the enemy. It sets your atmosphere. It aligns your heart with heaven. Let worship become a habit, not a reaction. Let your home become a sanctuary. Place your heart a throne room. I don't just visit worship. I dwell in it. Fast as I lead you, not to punish your flesh, but to prioritize your spirit. There are Moments I'll ask you to set something aside, not because it's your spirit needs the focus. It may be food, it may be distractions, it may be things that aren't sinful, but are no longer helpful. Don't fast for approval. Fast for alignment. Let it be a clearing of space above everything. You'll be surprised what clarity I bring when you silence the noise. Watch your posture not just externally, but internally. Choose gratitude daily. Choose humility. Choose expectancy. These are not emotional states. They are spiritual weapons. Gratitude protects your heart from entitlement. Humility keeps me, not on yourself. Expectancy keeps your spirit open to my movement. Attitudes become altars. Build the kind of inner atmosphere where my spirit loves to dwell. Be intentional with your environment. The voices you allow, content you consume, the spaces you enter, they all shape your. Guard your gate. Don't tolerate what drains your spirit. Don't partner with what provokes your anxiety. Don't entertain what weakens your discernment. This is not legalism. It's wisdom. I'm not calling you to isolation, but to consecration. I will give you discernment if you. I will highlight what aligns with me and what doesn't. Trust the checks in your spirit. They are me guiding you in safety, purity, and peace. And above all, stay teachable. Remain a student of my presence. Let my spirit continue to stretch you, convict you, empower you. The more you grow, the more I will pour. But you must remain soft. Offense will try to harden you. Pain will tempt you to self-protect. Delay will try to make you cynical, but stay tender. Stay open. Stay yielded. The soft heart is the strong one. The teachable heart is the trusted one. And the surrendered life is the unstoppable one. You now have everything because of your strength, but because of your surrender. Keep these instructions close. Build your life around them. Watch what I will do in and through you. Not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. A prophetic decree over your life, as a distant hope, but as a present announcement. The shift has already begun. Your start, it is in motion. You're walking in the early manifestation of what behind the scenes. You've sensed it. You've seen glimpses. You've felt the internal stretching and the external release, and I'm confirming what your spirit has already discerned. This is a divinely appointed moment. And your environment, your relationship, focus, your time, it is all being rearranged by my hand. What you thought would take years, I will now accomplish. In days, what you assumed had passed by, I am resurrecting with new and greater glory. This is not just a personal breakthrough. It is a spiritual relocation. I am moving you emotionally, and in some cases physically, into a place of greater visibility, responsibility, and release. What you stewarded in private, I'll make public. What you prayed for, pain, I have watched you fight battles, silence. I have seen the tears you couldn't explain, the loneliness you couldn't articulate, and the warfare that sense to those around you. But I saw the root, and because you refused to let go of me, because you clung to my name you couldn't feel my presence. Responding now with open reward. Doors are opening, not by your or by your networking, but by my favor. I have gone before you. I have positioned the right hearts, cleared the wrong ones, and aligned the timing for your entrance. You will find yourself in conversations you didn't pursue, rooms you didn't apply for, and opportunities you couldn't create. This is not random. It is redemption. I am redeeming lost time. I am restoring what was stolen. And I'm doing it in a way that no one can credit for. You will say, only God could have done this. And that's exactly what my glory will be unmistakable. Even now, I'm accelerating the process. What once took long will outcome quickly. The waiting has not weakened your promise. It has strengthened your readiness. And now you will move with clarity, not confusion. You will know what is yours and what is not. You will recognize the counterfeit, and you will choose the authentic. The fog is lifting. The delay is breaking. The confusion is dissolving. And in its place I am releasing strategy, confidence, and confirmation. I will not leave you guessing. I will speak clearly. I will surround you with witnesses. I will confirm through timing, through my word that follows. You will notice immediate changes, shifts in atmosphere, unexpected favor, divine appointments, sudden provision, and a new boldness in your voice. This is not adrenaline, it is anointing. My Spirit is marking you. Your being mantled with greater authority. You endured the fire without faith. I can trust you. I'm not just blessing you. I'm commissioning you. You're no longer just a survivor. You're a carrier of hope, of power. You will speak and walls will fall. You will pray and things will break open. You will enter places others cannot go. Not because you pushed your way in, but because I sent you. This next level come with increased visibility. But do not fear the spot. I will keep you hidden within me. The attention is not your reward. Obedience is influence, is a byproduct, not the goal. Stay grounded. Stay humble, stay close. I'm not asking you to strive. I'm asking you to, and I will carry you as mantle. I will protect you from burnout, from compromise, from deception. Keep your eyes on me. If your intimacy remains strong, you're pure, there will be new alliances, new voices, new assignments. Some of them will stretch you. Some of them will unfamiliar, but I am in them. Don't reject what feels different. Test everything but be open. I'm doing a new thing, and of it, don't compare your pace with others. You're not behind. You're not overlooked. You're right on time. My time, and my time is never late. So now, take this word and walk with it. Don't look back. Don't apologize for. Don't shrink to stay in. Moved you out of. Go forward. Go boldly. Go with joy. Because you are not entering another. You are stepping into fulfillment. And while challenges may arise, you will not did for it. You are not who you were way this journey began. You are stronger. You are wiser. This is your moment. This is your confirmation. The wait ends after this moment. Not because everything becomes easy, but because you now see it clearly. And from here, everything changes. Now, my child, breathe. You've heard my promises. received my instructions, stood through the process, and now stepped into movement. But before you, want you to encounter me again. Not just through words or worship, not just in the structure of faith, but through the living, breathing reality of my spirit. Because no amount of strategy, no measure of favor, door of opportunity will satisfy the depth of your spirit like my presence. I'm not sending you out. Walk in strength without first filling you with me. You're not meant to carry what's coming alone. You're meant to be immersed, soaked, overwhelmed, and led by my spirit. And so now I say, come, aught with effort, but with surrender. Not to perform, but to dwell. I am here. And I am ready to meet you in a way that will not only mark you, it will transform you. You've known me as provider. You've known me as protector. But I want you to know me now as presence. Your home, spirit to become his resting place. You were never meant to live as a servant trying to keep up. You were meant to walk as a son, as a daughter, carrying the breath in every step. My spirit is not distant or reserved for the few. He is for you. He has always been with you. But now he wants to flood every part, not just the spiritual spaces, but the wounded ones. Not just the loud places, but the quiet corners of your heart, where disappointment still whispers and hope feels full. Let him in. He does not come to condemn. He comes to comfort, to clarify, to heal, and ignite. This is not emotionalism. This is transformation. When you welcome my spirit fully, you don't just feel peace. You become a carrier of it. You don't just feel freedom. You walk in it. And others experience you. This is the divine. Where you were anxious, I now plant confidence. Where you were weary, I now pour fresh strength. Where you felt empty, and what I fill, I intend to pour out. You will begin to notice that what once triggered you now passes over you. What once brought confusion, clarity, what once made you retreat, calls you forward. This is what happens. Inner world is awed by your fears. Let me into the I see them already. The memories you still avoid, the patterns you feel, the shame you've covered with success. I'm not ashamed of those places. I'm not intimidated by your process. I want to touch what you've tried to manage alone. My spirit can heal what you've hidden. He can lift what's been buried. He can dissolve what you've carried like a second skin. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to hustle. Let me sit with you. Let me speak to the little one inside who's... They're safe. You are safe with me. My spirit is gentle. He will not break you, but he will free you fully. And as you are filled, this encounter is not just about... It's about becoming clear, bold, steady, becoming aware of me. Every room you enter, becoming alert to how I move, how I speak, how I lead. You will find yourself moved by compassion you didn't manufacture. You will speak with authority that surprises even you. You will discern with clarity that you didn't study for. That is my spirit working in you, not as a occasional touch, but as a continual flow. You will learn to walk with me throughout the day, moment by moment, heart to heart, not as an event, but as a rhythm. My voice will be, my leading will become second, a tour, My presence will become your environment, not just your emergency. Let me make your heart my home. Let me establish my inner world. When you wake, invite me. When you're uncertain, listen for me. When you feel overwhelmed, lean into me. I will be there filling, empowering. You are not just someone. Love, you are someone I live in. And from this place of union, your life will shift. Your reactions will change. Your desires will change. Your perspective will change. You'll find joy in the simple strength, in the quiet. What once overwhelmed you. This is your spirit-filled life, not as a goal. Your daily reality. You don't have to earn it. Just my spirit is resting on you now. You will feel him ways you've never known. You will walk lighter, think clearer, love deeper. The fear is breaking. The numbness is leaving. The clarity is rising. And the fire is being not a fire of striving, but of surrender. You are being transformed, not by effort, but by encounter. Let this be your new posture. Filled, led, steady. The wait is over. The fire is here. And your spirit is fully alive. My beloved, through my words, stood under my presence, and received my fire. I speak over you, not with finality. Release. This is your moment of divine transition. The wait ends here, not simply because enough time passed, but because you are no longer who you were when it began. What once felt delayed now feels destined. What once felt uncertain now undeniable. And that is because Spirit has sealed this word inside of you, not as a temporary, as a permanent shift. You are walking a new awareness of who you are, and you will never wait the same way again, because you now wait with revelation. You wait from rest. You wait not as one forgotten, but as one formed. The days ahead are not absent of challenge, but they will be filled with clarity, because I am with you and I am speaking. Won't need constant confirmation. You won't add approval from people. You will walk in identity. You won't need to prove your anointing. You will carry my presence so deeply that others will encounter me through explanation. You are not weak. You are not small. You are not overlooked. You are mine. You are chosen. You are marked. You are rising into everything I created you to carry. And though the world may not understand how quickly I move, you will know this is what it looks like when someone stays surrendered. I can do in a moment what man couldn't do in a lifetime. And I will for you because I love you. I'm proud of you. I have walked every step with you, and I'm not finished. I'm just beginning. Watch how I move, how I fulfill, and stay close, because from here forward, we walk as one. Amen. And now, my child, if this word stirred your spirit, keep it to yourself. Someone near you is still living in the silence you came out of. Share this word not to impress, but to release freedom. If this spoke directly to your heart, leave a word below, a marker. The ground. Free, ready, alive now. Every word declares agreement. Respond to agreement. Return often. Let these words anchor you, and stay near to where I'm speaking. There's more to come. Now, rest in what has begun.